experience is something that you cannot just write off and not to respect the experience. So I think that's just experience. It's called experience. So you just know what to expect and anticipation.
Klitschko, Joshua kept talking about this being a mind fight. What's really going to be doing the talking that day?
Well, it's not much of a talk here. I'll be honest, I don't know why, but always there was said like I got under his skin because of the mind game, and I heard it from my opposition pretty often. And in this case, I just eat you alive in my mind. That's what I do, and I don't care about mind games. I mean, I don't care what he's gonna say or what. It's just the attitude, and I know if you want to win, you need to be the man in the ring. So it's just something that is been taught and have been learned. I've learned it in the past, and there's not much of a mind game in my case. Of course, mental strength is very important. If you're going to be deployed and you're not okay with some issues in the family, or you can't focus on your job, so you just deployment for me it's my camp. So I'm shutting off my business, any other issues, and just there's only one goal that you're working up to.
Does it bother you at all that you never got a chance to get revenge on Fury?
It stopped bothering me because I cannot change it. So what I can't change, why should it bother me? Just
Right off the shelf.
Exactly.
Wladimir, where are you training?
I will train in Ukraine and in Austria. So I have 2 camps.
Wladimir, so your fight is April. Deontay Wilder is fighting in February, I believe. Will you be watching that? Will you be having any interest in the outcome of that fight, or are you focused on
It
yours?
is interesting. I would love to watch it. Who is he fighting?
He's fighting Gerald Washington. He's the last opponent, pretty much got canceled.
So if I can see it, it's in March, you said?
I think February.
February.
25th.
I might watch it. If not, then maybe later.
The American heavyweight has always been part of history of boxing. Is that something that's missing in the sport right now, a valid American heavyweight?
In chess, there is a saying: to see what your opponent sees, sit where he sits. So, and I'm turning myself into the fans, and I'm like, okay, if I'm a fan, do I really care about nationality? I want to see a good fight. Yes, nationality, my boy, whatever, like, I'm supportive, and if he comes from a country, but it's secondary. In the first grade, I just want to see a great fight. And nationality is something that is not the first line. That's why I believe boxing eventually needs to be changed in a certain way, because amateur program is very important. The amount of fights and support for the fighters. Unfortunately, we don't have in boxing a union that protects fighters, as for example NFL has. We don't have pensions, we don't have, and all the fighters investing their health and their time into the sport. If something is going wrong, they're just on their own, and that should be changed. And that's another topic, but which really bothers me. So hopefully in the future I can.
Your opponent, he's never been 12 rounds before. Is that something that you're looking maybe perhaps to take him into the mid to late rounds, to kind of maybe wear him down, because he's never been in those waters before?
Well, it's one of the topics. Yeah, I mean late rounds. How is he gonna do it in late rounds? But what am I gonna do in the first rounds? I mean, in the beginning, I cannot run around and do nothing. So it's just something that you need to. That's why boxing match is amazing in a certain way, because there's so many plans and so many issues that you need to cover. And what if you're not going to have a chance to go to the late rounds? So you need to take care of it in the beginning. So it's complicated, but it's simple also when you understand who you're going to face and if you're well prepared.
What do you see in his style that might give you some problems?
I think he's an extremely talented guy, and as I just mentioned at the press conference, I am going to be his fan. Even this sounds weird probably, even if I'm gonna fight him. But I think he's extremely talented guy, extremely athletic, and even if he's strong and he's all the strength that he has, as anybody, he has his weak sides. My goal and my task to discover it, to see it, and use it.
Did you spar him before?
I'm sorry?
Did you spar AJ before?
Yeah, he was my sparring partner, 2014.
Wladimir, what do you think about these days the heavyweight trying to find guys that's long, tall, fast to match the bar that you set up in the heavyweight division, like your size and your speed? Nowadays heavyweights are now big and long. Can you comment on the type of breed almost that they're creating?
Size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter in boxing as well as in soccer. We have Ibrahimovic and we have Messi. I mean, like totally different sizes, and each of them has their own advantage for speed and how quick they can play. In boxing, it's pretty much the same. You have Mike Tyson, and you have you have somebody else that is tall, is like Lennox Lewis, for example. It's totally opposites, and then different times. So shoulder fighters are more successful in younger age than later because of the speed and the strength. So taller fighters are more successful in their later age, scientifically speaking.